book of the week today is Sliding on the Snowstone. I think that's wonderfully titled, by Andy Chaput. I was approached by Andy Chaput to see if I'd be interested in featuring his poetry on the show. I backed off a little as I'm not dreadfully au fait with poetry. I could tell you what I do and don't like, but in an academic sense I couldn't tell you if something's good or bad. I can't even tell if my own very limited stabs at writing poetry have any merit whatsoever. I'm under no illusions. I fear the worst. But I then remembered that among the hundreds of great books that I have on my e-reader that I'm absolutely dying to read, that I actually had a novel by Andy. After a bit of a search, I found the wonderfully titled Sliding on the Snowstone. At the time of writing this, I've only just started it. Well, actually, I'm about a quarter of the way through now. But even the first few pages had me gripped, and after finding out a bit more about it, I was more than happy to feature it. It's based on a true story, that of Andy's own father. That adds a whole new level of poignancy to the telling as well as the reading. I was going to say that I'm really looking forward to reading it all, but that's possibly the wrong terminology. I think it would be a very interesting, albeit a very moving and very uncomfortable read. It's not the sort of book I would normally read, but I'm really into it. It starts off from the viewpoint of 5-year-old Stefan. So when you think what a typical 5-year-old, that their life, if they're lucky enough, that their life's like. Well, imagine if life was just not good at all, to put it mildly, but that's how they accept life to be. They don't know any different. So it's actually quite an emotional start, if you actually start thinking about it deeper than just the surface. Andy's debut full-length work, Sliding on the Snowstone, is an account of his father's journey through enforced famine, Soviet terrors, Nazi brutality in World War II, and a lifelong quest to get back home, following eviction from his beloved homeland, Ukraine. It is astonishing that anyone lived this story. It is even more astonishing that anyone survived it. Stefan grows up in the grip of a horrendous, raging famine. Stalin's 5-year plan brings genocide to Ukraine amid millions of people starve to death. To free themselves from the daily terrors of Soviet rule, Stefan and his friends fight imaginary battles in nearby woods to defend their land. The games they play are their only escape. Sliding on the Snowstone is a true story of Stefan's extraordinary journey across a landscape of hunger, fear and devastating loss. With Europe on the brink of World War II, Stefan and his family pray they'll survive in their uncertain world. They long to be free. In 1932-33, as part of their drive towards industrialisation, the Soviet Union demanded impossibly high requisitions of grain from rural areas in Ukraine. In a deliberate act of genocide, Ukrainian smallholdings were stripped of food and the population began to perish, with some estimates as high as 10 million deaths from starvation. In Ukraine, this atrocity became known as the Holodomor. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly, death by hunger. The following years saw Soviet purges and terrors resulting in the elimination of academics and intellectuals, or of anyone that spoke out against Soviet rule. When World War II arrived on Ukraine's doorstep, many people viewed the Nazis as liberators, a view that was quickly proved wrong. Sliding on the Snowstone is Stefan's personal account of an historical period drenched in the blood of a nation and of his yearning for freedom. In a historical sense, you learn a lot by reading these books. I didn't really know anything about this sort of thing. So, it's interesting that way as well. Sliding on the Snowstone is published by That Right Publishing and is available on the main e-retailer for books and other outlets worldwide. Just search for it online. You spell Andy Chaput, A-N-D-Y, that's easy. And then the other bit is S-Z-P-U-K. That's S-Z-P-U-K, Andy Chaput. On a lighter note, and Andy himself needed a lighter project after writing Slipping on the Snowstone, he went on to realise the brilliant concept of the history and rock and roll in 99 tweets. It is a Twitter novel constructed of 99 short chapters, each one 140 characters or less. It is very cleverly done. Follow Harry as he rampages through 6 decades of romance, rock and roll and mayhem. Harry's story weaves along like a getaway driver from a smash and grab with the radio blaring. The soundtrack to his life throbs away in the background as you wonder what can possibly happen to Harry next. Each chapter contains a song title, even, and when you think of the very short length month to add other words as well and make a coherent part as well as a whole, Andy Shapuk had one big challenge, or rather 99 of them. The History of Rock and Roll in 99 Tweets is available on Amazon Kindle and Smashwords. Andy Shapuk is based in Nottingham. His interest in literature began when he was a young boy. He graduated from reading Marvel Comics to classic works such as 1984 by George Orwell and A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Somehow he found he was drawn to gritty dystopias. Andy dabbled in the written form over many years, mainly during spells as guitarist, bass player, vocalist in a number of bands over 4 decades. He wrote lyrics and arranged them to fit with a variety of musical forms. Andy attempted his first full-length novel in 2004 and realised quite quickly that he needed to develop his writing, so he wrote short stories and achieved a couple of successes by getting shortlisted in a competition and by getting We All Scream published in Mosaic, a collection of short stories by Bridge House Publishing. Andy is currently working on Fate and Circumstance, an account of the Ukrainian Lemkos, Lem as in them, Ko as in cot, forced eviction from their home in the Carpathian Mountains following World War II. He also writes poetry and is a member of DIY Poets Performance Poetry Collective in Nottingham. You can find examples of his verse on his blogs Andy Shapuk at wordpress.com. Andy has recently had 2 poems included in the charity anthology Stories for Homes, a project supported by Shelter with the aim of raising money to aid the homeless. That is an e-book available on Kindle. You don't need to have a Kindle to read e-books, just download the free app for your computer, mobile or tablet. Sliding on the Snowstone by Andy Shapuk is my recommended read this week, and it is worth seeking out. And it is worth seeking out Andrew's poetry as well. He has a page on Facebook called The History of Rock and Roll in 99 Tweets, which is definitely worth a look.
G-Matic, heartfelt music. What tomorrow's gone. Every day's another hustle. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Waking up in the AM, doing that 9 to 5, just to make a living. Just getting by today. Within Section 8, barely helping my family. Needs another way to survive. Just getting by today. So I hit the streets just to make ends meet, but the law calls up with me. Just getting by today. Now my family's going to bed with nothing to eat, and they're taking me to jail. That bothers me. Yeah. Grew up in a broken home, daddy a rolling stone, now homeless in the street. Just getting by today. Need a place to sleep and some food to eat to make it through the day. Just getting by today. Make every second count, every breath a reason before you suddenly die. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. One shot, one track, one mic is all I need to prove myself to you, you and you. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Live the life you love the life you leave. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, not guaranteed. We in a recession, material possession. It's a life of seed. Come with me, let's proceed to find the things in life. Simplicity, the audacity to live it to the limit, like it's your last day. Make peace, break pain. You never know what creeps in the petty pace. So be aware, life is but a walking shadow for a ball player. Shakespeare, I declare war unselfish. I command you to cherish your nickels, dimes, and bushels, not like Jay and Kanye, balling so hard in Paris. Riches will vary, luxurious life cartoonish. Forget status and class, that's just Babylonish. Heartfelt music, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, just getting by today. Hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Genetic, heartfelt music. Yeah, listen. Every man got his own battle. Battle to survive. Yeah, one day at a time. Just getting by. Yeah.
And that was Getting By Today by Jay Matic. I think he's got a lovely growly voice. Oh, well, that's it for today from this Sunday girl, Tracey Edges. Today we featured the Artist of the Week, Flash Bang Band. The Book of the Week was Sliding on the Snowstone by Andy Shapuk. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I'll see you same place, same time, 9 to 11 next Sunday morning. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a lovely week. Bye.